What kind of idiot needs 85 cars to tell the rest of us how to live under climate change? 54 subscribers. My thanks to everyone who thought my channel was worthy enough to subscribe to. Perhaps some of the recent ones are just because of the Taliban Joe video here, but that doesn't matter. I appreciate every one of you. I work hard to think of a topic that I care about to make a video on. If something is a topic on conservative media, I consider whether that is a topic that they are just putting on, because if someone has a podcast or a daily radio show, sometimes they talk about topics that they don't care about. The late Rush Limbaugh said that if it was a topic he didn't personally care about, he didn't want to put it on the air. And I have the same feeling. So if you see a video from me on this channel, it's not a Fox News topic necessarily. It's not a talking point topic among the conservative new media. It has to be something that personally interests me. I'll give you an example here of Dave Chappelle, a black man, an African American, being canceled by the new Joe Biden establishment, Hollywood academic media complex. Watch this.
This film that I made was invited to every film festival in the United States, and some of those invitations I accepted. And when this controversy came out about the close-up, they began disinviting me from these film festivals.
Now remember, Dave Chappelle is a comedian. By definition, a comedian is supposed to tell jokes about things that you would not normally say yourself. That's the point of a comedian. But you have to remember, the victory of Joe Biden and the Democratic Party in the 2020 elections sent the message to Hollywood and the entertainment culture that comedy is dead, and that all comedy must be suborned to attacking people who protested on January 6th, or people who vote Republican, or Donald Trump. And that's not comedy. That's political activism. Dave Chappelle has done comedy of all sorts, but they tell him, your comedy is not acceptable because it does not promote the ideology of the American left. Your comedy is no longer permitted because you are not actively promoting 24 hours a day the agenda of the Democratic Party and the progressive left. And his attitude is, I'm rich, I don't care. This man is a self-made millionaire. Why are they attacking him? Why is it that the cancel culture has come full circle so that the disenfranchised African American males are now the targets of this same cancel culture?
And now, today, not a film company, not a movie studio, nobody will touch this film. Thank God for Ted Sarandos and Netflix. He's the only one that didn't cancel me yet.
If you look at my channel, I have a lot of varied topics, but they all come back to one single point. If you voted for Joe Biden in the 2020 presidential election, you voted to wear a mask forever. If you voted for any Democrat in the last election, you voted to be in a mask for the rest of your life. You voted to let the Democratic Party and their sycophants control your life, control the lives of your children, your friends, your family, your parents. This was all easily telegraphed for the entire year of 2020. Why did you do this to our country? Why did you put this raving lunatic into the highest office of the land? Because Donald Trump was rude? Donald Trump was rude, but he let you keep your money in your wallet. What's wrong with that? You're going to give everything out of your wallet to this idiot? Because Donald Trump sent mean tweets? Are you kidding me? That's not how successful conservative commentators talk or think. Rush Limbaugh would think of the considered approach to convince his audience, exhort them to a higher level of thinking. For you 54 subscribers, thank you very much. I will try to find topics that are intellectual, thoughtful, based on the historical facts. On an intellectual level, I am a fiscal conservative. I don't particularly care about social issues, so I'll occasionally talk about things like gays in the military or transgender admirals, but I really don't care about your personal peccadillos. That's not really my focus. My focus is on keeping the hands of bureaucrats in Washington, D.C., and on the state level out of my pocket, keep them away from my wallet. As a fiscal conservative, I don't like it when Trump spends too much or Biden spends too much. And often I'm disappointed in the politicians that I voted for. You know, I voted Republican in every election since 1992. And I'd say 90% of the time, I felt like my votes were wasted. With Donald Trump, for the first time, I felt like I voted for someone who actually worked hard to keep his campaign promises. And the promises he didn't keep, it's because he had the entire Washington, D.C. establishment fighting him tooth and nail every step of the way. When you see a news story like this, that Biden plans to pay $450,000 to people who broke the law illegally entering our country, each, I mean, obviously I have an emotional reaction to that. But if you ask me, what is the purpose of this news coming out this week? Look deeper to stories. It took 3 different Biden departments to announce this news. One moment, baby. It took 3 different Biden departments to announce that they were going to make these payments of $450,000 to illegal immigrants who are generally of Hispanic origin. Virginia's race is very tight. If you were to think about the motivation of the Biden administration letting this information leak, doesn't it stand to reason that the only reason this news leaked out is that Virginia now has a very large Hispanic demographic, and that this is a crass attempt by the Democratic Party to get every Hispanic in Virginia out to vote for Terry McAuliffe so they can get their own free money from the Biden administration. I don't know if that plan would actually work, but all they have to do is hint that if you vote for Terry McAuliffe in Virginia next week, you'll get rivers of money. Look to the deeper story. Think about the shallow headlines and try to look beyond what the news media is presenting to you. And that would be the only message my channel has, because I'm not a unique conservative voice. I'm just a guy reacting when politicians try to take my money. If a politician doesn't try to take my money, I support them. That's why Trump is not a cult of personality to me. It's not a cult of personality in worshiping Trump. It's the fact that Trump lets me keep my freaking paycheck. So to the 54 subscribers that I've got right now, happy Halloween. And if I have another video that comes up, it's because it's something I feel strongly about. And if you never see another video again on this channel, it's because every one of them says the same thing. A vote for Joe Biden, a vote for the Democratic Party, means you will give the Democrats control over your life forever. I don't know how else to put that. Thank you.